Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? This is Maxine Pearl Phillips McKoy. Today is the day that we start talking about career search strategies and resume tips. Come on in, join us. Get your questions ready. Let's talk about what you want to talk about when it comes to career strategies. I have all types of information I can share with you, but I would like for you to ask questions. I would like for you to share with me what you've been doing with all the tips and techniques that I've been sharing with you for the past 6 weeks. Yes. I know you've been doing some fantastic things. I just need to hear about them. So come on in and let me know you're there. We'll get started at 7:30, which is the time that I told her, Eastern Standard Time. Yes. I'm excited. So excited to have you to join me. Yes. Come on in. Let me know you're there. Hey, I'm so excited to be back with you all. Can't wait to hear the great things you're doing. Yes. I know you had a fantastic 4th of July. Hopefully, with some fantastic friends. Got a chance to have some family time and even maybe had an opportunity to do some barbecuing on the grill in the backyard, on the patio, in the apartment complex. Yes, being with your family. Yes, eager to hear all the great things that you're doing. Hey there. The weather seemed to be really, really nice outside again. I heard a little thunder earlier, so I'm not sure. So far, I don't hear any rain or see any rain, so that's great. Yes. I'm waiting for, yeah, 7:30. Waiting on 7:30. Get us started. I missed you. I hope you missed me because I missed you. Yes, I'm excited about sharing some great information with you about career search. Yes, some of the things to think about when it comes to looking at the business. All right, so it's now 7:30. So let's get started. Before I dive in and start talking about career strategies, let's all center ourselves. Yes, it's quite, the day can be quite busy. A lot of things with the children and with the job and with doing things like that. Yes. So the way we're going to center ourselves is that close your eyes, and I want you to take in a deep breath. Count to 5 as you're taking in that breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold and let it out slowly to the count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try that one more time. Take in a deep breath to the count of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. Let it out to the count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How does that feel? Are you relaxed? Are you centered? And you might say, well, Miss Maxine, how does this have anything to do with career strategies? What this has to do is focusing, centering yourselves so that you can now concentrate on taking in the information that I'm going to be sharing with you and be ready to ask me questions that's going to be of interest to you. Yes. So be sure to put in the chat any questions that you have. And as I talk and share, then I would like for you to share with me. If you don't want to share on the chat, then by all means, send me an email at Maxine@gamsunlimited.com. Yes, I'll be waiting on that and be able to help you and answer any questions that you have centered around career strategies and resume tips. Okay, so if we get started, how about we start talking about searching for a company that's going to be conducive for where you can use your natural abilities, your strengths, and actually show the value that you're going to bring to that company. Yes. So how to go about researching a company? Well, one of the things that you want to do is you want to look for a company that shares your values. So on their website, when you go to the company's website, it's going to show you their mission, their vision, and their values. Now, the values could be integrity, it could be customer focused, it could be dependability, it could be character, it could be so many different things that whatever the company decide they want to use as their company values. But you have your own personal values, the values that you created for yourself, the values that you believe in. And you want to make sure that the company that you're looking at, their values complements the values that you have for yourself. You do not want it to be a disconnect because their values, after all, is going to make up the culture of that company. That's right. So you want to make sure that you're going to fit into that company, with, especially as far as the culture is concerned. Now you want to research any employee that works for the company. It could be through your LinkedIn that you already know some employees that work for the company. You can have an informational session with them just to ask about the culture, ask about how they treat their employees, ask about their, how do they even use their volunteer time? Do they allow you to volunteer 1 day a year, 2 days a year, or something like that, as far as giving time back to a community? That's a part of the company's social responsibility. That's right. And you can find a lot of this information out on the website under social responsibility, under about us, under who are we. All this information is right there at your fingertip. It's just a matter of you doing the research. That's right. You must do a little research. And then learn about the company's business operations. Now, how are you going to do that? Well, many times they put out some type of company information. Again, website, company's website. and they talk about how long they've been in business, the type of products that they offer, the services that they offer. Are they international? And if they're international, how many countries are they in? And if they're just national, then how many states are they in? Yeah. So where's the headquarters? How many employees do they employ? There's so much great information that you can find out about a company just going to their website and reading it, looking around, exploring, looking in all the different tabs to see what are they actually telling you about themselves. That's right. And then while you're on the company's website, why not look at the leadership team, the executive team, who's the president, what the background is, who's the vice president, the CFO, and then you have some type directors. So all this CFO, so all this great information is out there about an organization. So there's no reason for you to end up working for an organization and you find yourself not being a good fit. So these are some of the tips that you can do as far as researching the company. Remember, I talked about look at what's going on in the news. You know, um, on the website, there's so much information that you can find out. Key in the company's name, find out have they received an award? Have they produced a new product that's being brought to market? What are the consumers saying about the company? The quality of the products that they offer or the quality of the service that they offer. So again, so much great information out there. And the other thing that you can do is set aside some time for you to actually read it, print it, know it, especially if you've been granted an opportunity to interview. Because the very first question could be, well, tell me what you know about the company. And so you want to make sure that you can tell information about the company. One of the things that I love, if you should get that question, you incorporate something about yourself with what you've learned about the company. For instance, the values. If their value would be customer focus, or their value is integrity, trust, then you incorporate how that pertains to you as well. So tell me something about the company, the question might be. And you could very well say, well, I enjoyed when I read about the volunteer that you allow the employees to be able to do. You give them 48 hours a year in order to give back to the community. That speaks so near and dear to me because I'm a part of and then with me, I could say the American Diabetes Association. I volunteer with them. I've served on the executive board and several, committees. And so I'll be interested in learning a little bit about some of the organizations that you give back to, or some of the organizations your employees, give back to. And customer focus. So, say for instance, they say customer focus. Okay, you could answer it such as, I enjoyed reading that one of your values is customer focused. What I love about that is because the 25 years that I've been working in the industry, it's all been in customer service. And so it's near and dear to my heart that we pay attention to what the customers are saying. So I, would love to be able to bring value to this organization by also being customer focused. Now, notice what I just did. I talked about their value. I talked about the value that I believe in. And then I really even asked for the job. I could see myself, giving back to this organization through their customer focused. So that's a way of asking for the job without asking for the job. Just, not totally using those words, but you can let them know that you're very much interested in working there. And the other thing is that I was going to say with the local news, what's going on in your local community for that particular company that you're wanting to work for. So these are just some of the tips and techniques that you can use as far as when you do the research on the company. Now, why am I saying all of this? Because if there is a particular company that you're researching, you want to know everything you can find out about that company so that you can make an informed decision. Is this the company that you see yourself working with? Not for, but with, because you want to add value. You want to make sure that you can help them meet their annual goals and your departmental goals, and then you yourself, your individual goals. Because after all, if they're going to hire you, they want you to be able to perform and be productive, right? Of course. And so the other thing that you can do is look at the opinions. What are some of the reviews that other customers are giving, other partners are giving, other individuals are saying? And when you go to networking events, you can also see who's there at that networking event that you can meet that actually works for that particular company. So that's why I always call it intentional networking, because you know the intention as to why you're going to that networking event, and you make it productive for yourself and make every connection count. Yes. So when you meet this individual, you could have an informal discussion with them about the company, how they feel about where they work at. If there's some additional information that you want to know. Sometimes we want to know about benefits, but we don't want to ask in the interview about benefits. But you very well could ask someone that you know who worked for the company what the benefits are like. Yes. So this is the way you can get great information. Also, use LinkedIn. Find out who you're already connected with on LinkedIn that works for the company. Reach out to them. Start building a relationship with them, or either ask for just an informational interview. Many times people will do that if you tell them what you're wanting to do and why you're wanting to do it. And it's nothing like helping someone to understand that you have a career search strategy planned. And a part of that strategy is to know as much as you possibly can about this organization. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So, do we have any questions? I think, Teresa, you are on. My assistant is helping me this evening, so I want to make sure if we have any questions that I can answer your questions. I'll pause just for a moment to see if we have any questions. All right, okay, if we don't have any questions, I'm not seeing any questions at this time. Okay, so let's go to the next thing that I have for you. And we talk about resumes. Now, that was just the career search part. And how do we incorporate this with the resume? Well, on your resume, you have information and values and achievements. So when you are in an interview, if that something should comes up, say, well, tell me about a time. And this is more like a behavior type question that you should get it in an interview. Tell me about a time when you had a difficult customer, and what was the situation and how did you resolve it? Well, know that that's a behavioral type questions. And so what you want to do is you want to drive your car here. Yes. So you already know maybe the company is about customer service. They're customer focused. And so when you answer that question, you want to make sure you answer that question not only with the achievements that you bring from a customer perspective, but also because that's what one of their values. And so you want to make sure that you beef that up some. So tell me about a time when you had a difficult customer. What did you do? And, how did you handle it? And what was the end result? So when you start telling about that difficult time, you want to give a scenario. I never will forget this customer who came into the store. They were very, very, very upset because this is pretty much a shoe store. And they had a size 10 and a size 9 shoe in the box. And they were very upset because they had an affair to go to that evening. And so they came in. And so when I approached them, I said, "Hi, how may I help you? How can I service you this evening?" And notice the tone in which I'm using. The tone is very calm and collective. "Well, yes, I took these shoes home and I have a size 9 and a 10. And here I am trying to get ready for this affair and I have the wrong size shoes. Me, the customer centered person, I'm so sorry, ma'am, that that has happened to you. Let me take a look in the back and let me make sure that I can and I will bring you the shoes that you need. Can you give me just a moment? Yes. Can I get you some water or something to drink? Would you like to have a seat? And I'll be right back. All right. So notice what I did. The whole objective is to calm the customer down. So that's what I was able to do. And by doing that, when I returned to the customer, I was able to satisfy her by was able to provide her with the right size shoes that she needed, apologize for the inconvenience that happened to her, and also gave her a coupon for her next visit that was with a discount. So if I come back now, Maxine, the coach is talking to you right now. I gave her a challenge. I talked about the challenge that I had. Customer upset about her shoes. I talked about what I did to satisfy her. Calm voice, apologized for what happened, went back and found the shoes, and then I came back and apologized again, and was even I gave her a discount. So challenge, action, results. So what was the result here? The result was the customer said, "Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I will be back. I thank you for your concern and your customer service." Now, does it always go like that in a retail place? Of course it does not. But this is a scenario that we're just talking about. Okay, so what questions do you have? Yes, come on, talk to me. Let me know if there are any questions. Okay, so that was just a scenario of a behavior type question, and you're going to get those during the interview. So be prepared. And in preparing yourself, I want you to think of it this way: a challenge. Always tell them the challenge. An action. What action did you personally take in order to resolve the situation? And what were the results? Now, you can talk about the results in terms such as cost, quality, time, safety. It can be months, years. It could be money. It could be, 400 customers that we were able to gather in the next within 30 days. Or, there's so many different scenarios. It depends on the situation that you are describing to the interviewer. That's right. So, in other words, in order to be able to describe these questions, guess what? Or these scenarios, I would suggest that you write them out. That's right. Write your stories. Write what the situation was, the problem. Write what actions that you took. If it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, write them out. And then what were the results of your action? I guarantee you that when you are in the interview and you're asked those behavior type questions, you will not have to look at the ceiling. You will not have to look up in the sky trying to think of, now, what example am I going to give? You are going to know your stories inside out. And no matter what question they ask of you, you're able to describe exactly what you need to describe. That's how you become memorable. That's how you become noticed. That's how you have an interviewer or a hiring manager to say, "Who was that? I want that person. We need to hire that person, or let's make them a job offer." So see, that's why 92% of my clients who get the interview or who submit their resume or actually get an opportunity to interview. And many of them have gone on and actually gotten the jobs. I can't guarantee that, but I will guarantee you that if you do the things that I've suggested in these last 6 weeks that we've been talking about career search strategies and resume tips, I guarantee you that your chances of becoming employed are going to increase greatly. That's right. Well, I guarantee that because I've seen it over and over and over again with our clients. Now, on the website, on the Facebook page, there's going to be an opportunity for you to schedule at least 30 minutes with me. So schedule some time with me. Let's go over your career search strategy. Let's talk about your resume and how you have it laid out, that the layout of it. Let's talk about what achievements that you have and how are you documenting them on your resume. Are they one of those in your face type achievements so that the recruiter and the hiring manager can see right away that you are the person for this job? That's right. Okay, let's see. I think we have one question. Someone says, I'm always worried about aging myself on my resume, but I want to share all my full experiences. Well, we don't want to age ourselves. Let's not give them any reason not to hire us, right? But what we do want to do is we want to make sure that we put at least 10 years worth of our experience on the resume starting out. Now, if you have beyond 10 years that's pertaining to the job opening that you have, then what you can list is other experience. And then what I would like for you to do is maybe let's say like this. The first part of it, you can use a chronological part of the resume. If there is more than 10 years, but you have another 10 years of experience and you want to talk about that, then put other experience and then guess what? Do it as a functional portion of the resume. Yes, do it as categories. Your categories might be project management experience. It might be customer service experience. It might be financial responsibilities. So you can group it together like that so they can see that you have other experience. That's one way of doing it. Hopefully that was helpful. Is there enough follow up to that question? The other way that you can do it is under the top part of the resume is there's a section that's called notable achievements. Make sure that you put some great notable achievements out there. I mean, that maybe brought in revenue, that reduced time cycle, that brought a product to market in less than 6 months, where it would have taken maybe a year for the product to get to market. But because you're managing that team, your team was able to bring that product to the market sooner. So those are some notable achievements. And so that's another way of not necessarily totally dating yourself. But let's face it, if you have that type of experience, you're going to want to make it known. Now, you don't want to go back no 30 years with that experience, but let's keep it within maybe 10. If you put the 10 years on it, then you want another 10 years, but be selective on what experience you want to bring out. Don't just put all these dates for the sake of putting all the dates because you've held all these jobs. Make sure that the information that's on the resume pertains to the job opening that you are applying for. It needs to be pertinent. It needs to be relevant. It needs to, and you want to show these some magnificent achievements. Don't show responsibilities because they're going to know already what the responsibilities are for certain positions. But show the value that you brought to that organization by being in that position. Okay? Any other questions? I'm loving this. That's why I'm here. I want to be able to answer your questions according to what you need. I have tons of information I can give to you, but it's nothing like application. So I'm hoping that you've taken a lot of these tips and techniques that I've given over the last 6 weeks. You are applying them. Yes. You're building that resume, a compelling resume, a robust resume that's talking about your knowledge, your skills, your abilities, your achievements, how you helped an organization move from point A to point B, how you helped your department reach its objectives, how you manage a project that was within budget, under time, and all of that great stuff. And these are the type of things that you want to bring out. There's so many people looking for jobs now. How are you going to differentiate yourself from the next person applying for the job? Remember, one of the workshops or one of the times that I devoted to was talking about the applicant tracking system. So you're going to have to get past that applicant tracking system. So make sure that you're complying with it's called the applicant tracking system. And this is what companies use in order to compare your resume with the opening position to see how well you match up to that opening position. And it gives a score. And if you don't, you really want to score within 80, 85, or 90 percentile. Yes, you do. Because that applicant tracking system would then extract your resume and put it in front of the recruiter or the hiring manager. If you don't get through that applicant tracking system, your resume might not ever get read, no matter how great you are, no matter how many achievements that you've done, no matter how much money you brought into an organization. That's right. You must get past that applicant tracking system because we have millions of people out of jobs. And companies are hiring. So don't think they're not hiring because they are. And I'm putting more and more companies on the private Facebook group that I have. It's called Job Search Strategies, but we're going to change it over to Career Search Strategies because it's more than just a job. It's about a career. It's about your next assignment. It's about you working for a company that you know that your values match with their values. It's about you finding fulfillment. It's about you being happy at what you're doing. Yes, there's going to be more and more people working remotely, and you can be one of those individuals working remotely. That's right. And I also talked about having an ideal job description for yourself. So even before you go out there looking for a job opening, know what it is that you're looking for. Know what the roles and responsibilities are that you see yourself performing. So where is it that you see yourself going? What is it that you see yourself doing? What achievements do you see yourself accomplishing? Yes, you need to know this ahead of time. That's a part of the career search strategy. You need to have a strategy. And the whole objective of having a strategy is so that you can execute it. And by execution is where you build the resume, is where you prepare yourself to interview, is where you're doing your networking, is where you're using LinkedIn to connect with people, is where you're getting your letters of commendations or awards, is where you're going back and looking at like exactly what have I done, what contribution did I make to this organization when I worked there. These are the type of things that you want to know even before you sit down and start doing your resume. Yes, if you have all of this in front of you, listen, when come time for you to do the resume, you're going to do an outstanding job with it. You're not going to have a problem. That's right, because you have all the information right there at your fingertip. And when you're called to interview and you're doing it virtually, you can have that information right in front of you just to jog your memory. You saw me look over here just to jog my memory on what I wanted to speak about. I'm not reading it word for word, so you don't ever want to read it word for word, but you want to have just a jogger, so that you know exactly what you want to talk about and what the achievements you want to mention to that recruiter or that hiring manager. So get ready. Yes. So not only, get ready so you can stay ready. So when that call comes in, you are ready. That's right. And this is where we get to prepare, prepare, and prepare. I cannot stress it enough on the importance of preparation. I just want to know, and I want you to keep in touch with me to let me know you interview, you submitted your resume, you interview, and not only your interview, but you were made the job offer. That's right. I want some details now. That's right. I want to know. I want to hear it. I want to know that I'm transforming generations and that I'm helping you transform into the position that you want. Yes, right. That's what we do. Yes, GAMS Unlimited. We're all about transforming generations. So listen, I have truly enjoyed being with you this evening. I look forward to being back with you on next Monday. Remember, take a little me time, take a deep breath, relax, center yourself. I believe in you, and I trust that you believe in yourself. Until next time, have a great evening. This is Maxine Pearl Phillips McKoy, By all means, join us with our private Facebook page on career search strategies and resume tips. And don't forget to also reserve a free session so that you can ask any questions you want. I can review your resume with you, and we can do hey, 30 minutes of my time I'm donating to you. So take advantage of it. The whole objective is to get you where you want to go. Take care. Have a great evening. Connect with me on LinkedIn or Facebook at gamsunlimited.com or Maxine Pearl Phillips McKoy. Take care. Have a great evening. I believe in you. I trust that you believe in yourself.